There's no getting around it. Black pudding contains this stuff, blood. That's why it's also known as blood pudding in various other cultures, and it's also why it's so damn good. But if you're horrified by the idea of it, then this video will either open your eyes or make you want to gouge them out. Black pudding is pretty popular in the UK and Ireland, but there are regional differences in how it's made. Stornoway black pudding, made in the Western Isles of Scotland, actually has PGI status, just like Parmigiano and Brie, meaning that it has to be made in the designated region and to specific criteria. The version I'm making here is probably the most common in Scotland. It should be savoury, well seasoned, and a tad spicy. The texture should be firm enough to hold its shape, but shouldn't crumble apart too easily. In Scotland, black pudding is traditionally eaten as part of breakfast for people who don't fancy living past 50, or if we want to be all cosmopolitan, we bung it in a roll. But I'll also show you a recipe that elevates the black pudding to something that you might make if you were ever a MasterChef contestant named Florence, or just wanted to upset a construction worker. So, in addition to the blood, you need beef fat, oats, panko breadcrumbs, salt and black pepper, and then all of the spices that were named after strippers: coriander, cinnamon, clove, and allspice. Coincidentally, mace is how a night at a strip club ends if you get too drunk, and I can't think of a way to fit onion into this analogy. A quick note on the blood. This is liquid beef blood mixed with some water, but pork blood is fine as well. Honestly, any blood you can get your hands on will probably be fine, just make sure to obtain it legally. Add everything to the bowl of a food processor and mix until it resembles a kind of oatmeal for geriatric vampires. Take a giant 3-pound black pudding casing, fill it up with the mixture, ensuring there are no air pockets and that it's tightly packed. Tie the open end securely with string, and then this goes into a water bath set to 185 degrees Fahrenheit for about 2 hours. If you don't have the means to cook it sous vide like this, then your peasant ass can absolutely use a big pot of simmering water. Once it's done, pull it out and submerge it in cold water to stop the cooking. Stick it in the fridge to fully cool and set overnight, and the next day it can be sliced. Now this makes a lot of black pudding, so I usually keep them in the freezer, but if you think you'll never eat this much black pudding in a million years, then consider giving some away to friends and family, or since it's the witching season, leave them out for kids on Halloween as a spooky snack. As I said before, a fried slice of black pudding is part of a giant hangover breakfast on a Sunday afternoon while you try and figure out which dingy nightclub you lost your phone and wallet in is traditional in Scotland, but it might be even more popular as a filling in a crispy roll. However, those are only made by like 2 bakeries in Glasgow and are therefore unavailable anywhere else in the world, including where I live now. I will make a video on how to make them at home, but these aren't the prettiest examples, so what if you want to take this hockey puck of animal parts and turn it into something you can flaunt on the gram? Then you'll want to finely slice some green cabbage and red onions. The julienne blade on a mandolin is a perfect way to finely slice some carrots, green apples, and your fingers if you're not paying attention. Add a squeeze of lemon for acidity and to stop the apples from browning too quickly, as well as some salt, which will extract some moisture from the vegetables. Now use your hands to start breaking down the cabbage in a kind of massage bordering on aggravated assault. Leave this for about 10 minutes and then place everything in a towel or some cheesecloth and squeeze like your life depends on it. Seriously, there will be a lot of liquid and we don't want it. Season it with a drizzle of olive oil and then salt, pepper, and apple cider vinegar. To make a quick vinaigrette, a few strawberries into the blender with some olive oil, apple cider vinegar, balsamic, salt, and pepper. Blitz it all together until it's smooth and emulsified, then transfer it to a squeeze bottle for later. Now, the black pudding is already cooked, but we still want to finish it in a pan to give it a crispy edge, so fry it for a couple of minutes on each side. And now, behold the blackness of the pudding. While that's going, poach an egg if you'd like to eat an egg. Serve the black pudding on a bed of the apple slaw, a few crumbles of goat cheese, then the poached egg. Look at that black pudding and white egg, like ebony and ivory. And there you go. That wasn't so bad, was it?